Hey everybody, it's Jim with Triple J Bricks. Welcome back to another video. This is part 9 of the Great Lego Migration, and I believe that we will have this video and the next one. We are starting to wrap this up, and I have mapped out the final 2 videos, I think. So what we're going to do today is we are going to be filling the remaining 2 storage cases with little tiny unique special parts from that are remaining in the acro mills, and then we may end up taking, depending on how that goes into the case, I may end up taking some other small random bits that are maybe in drawers downstairs and put them in here as well, because I figure the best use for these cases are pieces that, because you can dump out the little containers, right? Because they come with these little containers, you can dump these out individually. And because of that, I was thinking that the best use for these cases are things that are parts that are maybe multiple parts in each of these units, or, you know, just, yeah, tiny parts you can pull out, dump out, sort through, and then put back in. So that is what we're going to do with this. And then the other case is going to be filled with smaller printed and sticker elements that are sort of just random. And that will be this episode, and then we'll have one final episode where we fill the final drawer with larger parts and all of that good stuff. So I think we'll actually tackle maybe the Technic parts in this video as well. So we got a lot to do, so let's get started. So out of the Acro Mills units, these are the items that I have pulled. Some of these are also like flags and banners. I also decided to do this, like the curved modified plate. Maybe, I don't know, that's if we can get to that. But then what's left in the Acro Mills units are essentially minifigure parts, and then also some stuff that still needs to get put into bins, like corner plate and round, turntables, ball joints, small panels, bars, hinges. Okay, and connectors. Oh boy. Okay, well, all of those need to get into bins, but I think what's going to end up happening is the Acro Mills units are going to get used as, and curved plate. Okay, so we got a little bit of work to do there, but the Acro Mills units I think are going to be now dedicated for minifigure parts. So all of that stuff will go into here, like food and weapons and hair pieces and all that kind of stuff, is going to go into the Acro Mills units in a much cleaner way. And then, yeah, so I think that's going to work. I think that's going to work pretty well. So let's get started. Well, that took a little bit longer than expected, but that's kind of been this whole process. So, actually, I haven't done anything with these. I'll put those away. So I've taken basically like 2 or 3 drawers of sort of just kind of small random bits and put them into containers. And now what I'm going to do is figure out what things I should combine and try to get them all into here. So that's going to be the next step. Here it is. I don't think this is probably the final form. I imagine this case will probably shift and change a little bit as the collection grows and changes and all that. So banners, flags, anything that is sort of like a clipped piece, and then also flags are in here. This one I don't know. These are large tail or bone pieces. These are the pointy bits facing down, pointy bits with different pointy bits, the pointy bits that are straight out. Then we have smaller, like, bone things, chains and ropes, handles, or like the studs with the bars on them, the little like minifig positioning ones, those types of bars, those got those small like horns. Actually, I could probably combine those with these, which I might do. Golds, we have gems, telescopes, These are the faucets, the candles. I have a thing of stars, more bars, the bottom elements for the candles. This is like the junk drawer of here, just like a couple things I only had. More handle types, these weird like stool things, circle bits, the little like gear handles, flames, and then the 1x plate modified with that. Yeah, so I don't know. The things I still have over here are these ornate bits, which I think are just going to go into a proper bin. I have a bunch of these snowflake elements, and then like ornate pieces, and then those, and then tiny little. These are actually wheels technically. Those strange pieces, the curved like macaroni bits. So I'm gonna have to figure out where all those go, but that's where we're at for now. It might get shifted, but let's move on to the next case, which is going to be printed and sticker tile pieces. Okay, last minute, I decided to swap out these type of bits, like with the steering wheel kind of elements and like the little claw thingies for this plate. I feel like I'm gonna forget that this plate is in here, and I don't necessarily want to label everything that is in each of these cases like on the side, because essentially I'm just gonna put it, I think, on the handle, maybe, because that's how they're gonna sit. So I feel like I'm gonna forget these are in here, and while I don't use these a lot, I think these are much more related to like these type of bar elements and stuff. So I decided to swap them out with these, so that truly kind of everything in here is just, you know, miscellaneous type of stuff. So we'll move on then to the sticker and printed elements. All right, here they are. So I didn't get all of the printed elements in here, but I got sort of the smaller ones, and they are somewhat organized. So I have two things of brick, larger tiles, roundy bits, dishes. These are small, like hood or weird curved slopes. These are also curved slopes, wing elements. We have panels, plates, random stuffs, and then regular slopes. Oh, and then any flags or banner pieces are in there. So again, this could change, but then over here I have windscreens that are printed, wing elements and larger car pieces, and then like larger hoods and stuff are in here. So I gotta figure out where these bags are gonna go, but essentially that's the cases. And I think while this might end up changing, I think this is a good solution for printed pieces and sticker pieces, because again, I'm not going to access these probably all that often, and when I am, I'm going to be looking for a specific part, and because they're all kind of generally sorted, like I can dump these out. But like this to me feels like a really great use of these cases, because again, it's one of those things where like I'm not going to separate all these individually, right? Because they are all individual parts, but the ability to be able to say, oh, I need a flag, take this out, dump it, and then, you know, be able to find the part that I'm looking for. I don't know. It makes sense to my brain. Okay, so we've run into a little bit of a situation. I mean, it's not really a situation. So what I've done is I have moved the large Technic, large printed miscellaneous parts, kind of threw all of that kind of stuff in there. And then I brought down the castle parts and large animals bin. I showed that in a previous video, but that's essentially all that's in there. It's very, very clean and organized in bags. Again, not something I use all the time. Like when I pull it out, I'm going to be using like a bunch of them. So those are all in there. But that means I had to pull out the two vehicle part bins, because these, they only kind of fit this direction, and I want to be able to see them. And the other thing is, I thought that these cases were going to work facing the full way back, but they can only fit turned that way, so I may have to put the labels on the side there, and I can stack one more in here, but I still have 3 left. So the 2 Technic ones, I'll probably end up putting the small vehicle parts under there, and then the 2 Technic ones will have to go somewhere else. So eventually, I am getting shelving up here. I actually need to do that like now and like right now. So I have shelves that are going to come across here, and then when the door goes, they're going to go up and over to this edge here. So what I might do is use some of those shelves, because those won't be visible like on stream and anything. So I'll probably end up putting these 2 bins up there along with those 2, and then we should be good, I think. So we're you know, it's a constant adjustment, and I knew this was gonna happen, so it's just part of the process. All right, everybody, that is gonna do it for part 9 of the Great Lego Migration. We are getting very, very close. We are down to the nitty-gritty now. It is about the larger parts that are gonna go into this last bin, and then just the final few bins that are gonna go into this unit. And then we'll be, I mean, all set. Asterisk on all set, but like very, very close, and all of the parts will be down here, and that will be really, really satisfying. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you in the final episode of the Great Lego Migration. It's happening. Thank you again, friends. And remember, until next time, keep on building. Jim out!